One of the greatest gifts of the conducting program, but also something that is very difficult for us, is the fact that we have so many different teachers. You don't necessarily get the same sense of continuity that you get when you go to your own violin lessons or your chamber music lessons or to orchestra, where you'll have the same person working with you over a longer period of time.
As a teacher, I have really not a method. There's the only method to find in each student his character and his possibilities. Because each person is very different. This is very normal. There's one has a more physical character, other is more intellectual, the third is perhaps more musician.
I wanted to learn from him, like actually his interpretation of this music, because he is so close to Bartók music. So I thought it would be really interesting to really know what he thinks and how he feels.
The music of Bartók is the most important is the articulation. And this articulation has something to do with the language. Because I'm Hungarian, so for me, the language, the articulation of his music is very important, and I think that is the most important I can tell for my students.
Well, it was unique that we actually went to the Czech Republic and got to observe Peter doing this repertoire with a professional orchestra that we would then come to Helsinki and do under his guidance. It was really cool to get to work with him in the evenings. He would teach us about the repertoire, and then the next morning we would see him rehearse the repertoire and see him doing the exact things that he was teaching us.
Only the conducting class and him in a room, and we were just conducting and singing all the parts. So one of us was conducting and all the others were just singing pa 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 pa, like everything, just tried to sing completely out of tune, but doing the rhythm and still trying to do all the articulation, everything we could do. It was very good for us to go through some horizontal lines also of instruments and all of this, and it was very fun.
One of the things I appreciated the most about his teaching when we were with the orchestra is that he really allowed us a lot of room. And that's something that always feels very different with every conducting teacher, is how they interact with us when we're actually with the orchestra. For example, if a teacher is interrupting too often, it interferes with our relationship as the conductor of the orchestra. And if a teacher isn't interrupting enough, then what are they doing there? And he's got a very refined way of giving us a lot of space, so we feel really quite free, and everything that he says feels like exactly the bare minimum to be very effective. And I think that's something the class really appreciates about his teaching.